How's it going, everybody? Tom here with Keto Lifestyle, and today we are going to be doing a very simple recipe. This thing is so simple that I actually almost didn't even want to make a video on it. But today we are going to be making a keto-friendly cracker. These are kind of like Cheez-Its in a way, but you can add whatever toppings you want on them to kind of change the flavor. The reason I say it's so simple is we're literally just going to be baking cheese. But there's a couple little tricks to it that I'm going to go over. Now, if you're new around here, consider subscribing, because I do make a ton of recipes on this channel. Not just simple things like this, but all the way to full meals, snacks, everything like that. This actually was a recipe that I decided to make due to some requests that I had on my Instagram, where I'd use this to make some buns for a hamburger, and some people were really wondering how I got my cheese to be crackers. You can use this for many other purposes. For example, you can take a full slice of provolone, stick it in the microwave on a piece of parchment paper for 45 seconds, and then kind of just make a U shape out of it, and you'll have a nice little taco shell. This actually has a ton of applications. I just wanted to use this video to show you guys that, hey, you can actually make your cheese into anything crispy you want. So the first things first, you're actually going to want to take a baking sheet and line it with parchment paper. Make sure you use parchment paper. Wax paper does not work. They are not the same thing. I know some friends of mine that I've shown how to do this. They've tried it with wax paper and it just doesn't work. The cheese will stick to it. So you're going to want to go with parchment paper. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to be using two different cheeses. I've got a cheddar and a provolone. These are this thin slice variety. The reason I got the thin slicing is because you can have more of the chips and it's going to be less calories. For those things, it's like 140 calories for 3 slices, which comes out to 12 chips. Your thicker slices of cheese are going to be a lot higher in calorie, but you can use them. You're just going to have to bake them longer. So for us, we're going to bake them at for 35 minutes. The thicker cheeses you might have to bake for up to 45 minutes. But to start, let's preheat our oven to 250 degrees, since that's what we're going to be baking these at. Now, while our oven is heating up, we're basically just going to cut our cheese into squares. Now that the cheese is sliced, we're actually just going to space it evenly apart on our cookie sheet. And then we're going to season it. For me, I'm actually just going to add salt to the cheddar ones, and then I'm going to add my signature barbecue dry rub to the provolone ones. So then I'm going to kind of create a barbecue flavored chip. Now that that's on, we're just going to stick it in the oven for about 35 minutes, and once they're done, pull them out. So I waited the full 30 minutes to pull these things out and have let them cool on the baking sheet for a while. A big part of this is actually letting them cool, because they may still be a little bit flimsy when you first pull them out. But here's our finished product. It's the same thing in the thumbnail, but I'll show you guys a little bit closer. Here is the cheddar one, and here are the provolone ones. Now, I know the provolone ones don't look that great, but trust me, they're going to taste amazing. But you know what? We're going to taste both of them right now and let you know. So we'll start with the provolone. This one has the barbecue dry rub sprinkled all over it. Really, you get the crunch and the flavor of the dry rub. There's not really much flavor of the cheese in there. You do get a little bit of the aftertaste, but it's not crazy. Even though they do look a little bit burnt, you don't taste that. Now, the next thing we're going to try is the cheddar one. Now, I have tried these before, and they taste just like Cheez-Its, but let's go ahead and make sure. It tastes almost perfectly like a Cheez-It. I can't even tell you how addictive these things are, so be very careful with these. The little bit of salt on them that we do sprinkle definitely helps bring out the flavor, but these are wonderful for perfectly keto snacks. The macros are just going to be whatever the macros on your cheese are. I'm going to go ahead and stick the ones for this particular type of cheese on the screen right here, and as always, it'll be in the description. But with that, I'm going to close the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, go hit the subscribe button, because it really does help me out a lot. If you like the video, leave it a like, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I will try to get back to as many of you guys as possible. So with that, I'll see you in the next one.